All right, so here we go. Yes, the Space Marine 2 update is now live with critical changes and updates to the AI director, difficulty, and yes, the bolter buffs are finally here. But some players are like, hey, are they more of a placebo? Do they really matter? We're going to talk about that. We're also going to go over some gatekeeping that's going on in the community. Yeah, some strange things happening with that one as well. And first impressions and honest opinions about this brand new update. But you're probably wondering, hey, what in the world is the gameplay in the background? Well, this is my two brothers playing Space Marine 2. Finally got them to hop on here. So that is awesome to see. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay from them. But we're going to dive into this. First, starting out with this post right here. I feel like this is the feeling overall. It says, just finished the first lethal post patch. And the difference in fun is night and day. Removal of coherence, while keeping the swarms makes you able to let loose and engage in some truly chaotic and epic moments. Definitely try it if you still haven't. So it seems like overall, yeah, I'm seeing that people are leaning more towards the positive with this update. We're going to get into some of the concerns though. But yeah, still personally loving the patch 4.1. Just did a ruthless run, and boy, am I enjoying it again. Feel the devs hit a nice balance between 3 and 4. Extremist spawns are still there, albeit not as often anymore, but you still definitely feel the difference between the patches. Good job on the devs. I love this dev team. Man, you know, they admit when they make mistakes. There's very little arrogance with them. But we also have further thoughts here as well, which kind of align with what I'm feeling about 4.1. It says, nice patch, definitely fixed the game. The buffs to bolters are fairly minor, but anymore, and they completely dominate the meta. They have range, accuracy mostly, and high ammo, which is quite a bit already. Reduced enemy spawns is nice. You're no longer being drowned in endless reinforcement calls while trying to defend the generators on Inferno. And thank fuck, coherency is gone. Lethal is functional now, which is a huge celebration right there. Functional dodge is back as well. Rejoice. However, one flaw is that zoanthropes weren't nerfed. They at least acknowledged the problem, I guess, but all they did was give zoanthropes a slap on the wrist by ever so slightly increasing the time it takes to swap their shields instead of actually fixing the hitboxes on their attacks. Like, okay, the screen beam tracks you, fair enough, but you can very clearly dodge it and still be hit and knocked on your ass. It seems to be an issue, and I'm also running into that as well. So I still think the zoanthropes need to have more fine tuning with them. So let me know your opinion on it, but at least they're trying some things with them and, you know, appease to everyone for sure. But yeah, there's also some like really weird gatekeeping going on. Check it out right here. It says, the people didn't actually earn the helmet if they didn't get it before the patch. Gatekeeping has officially begun. Here's the quote here. It says, that's the point of it being the hardest difficulty. It's not for everyone. You did it, man. And honestly, people who get it after don't deserve it, in my opinion. And they're referring to, of course, getting that helmet before the patch, that anyone that obtains this helmet connected to like lethal difficulty and stuff should not be able to obtain it, which is just like the weirdest way of thinking. It is a game. Calm down. This is not like actual life and death. I don't understand why people get so serious about this stuff. And then we have this. Devs literally said almost 24 hours after the patch that things would be changed. Get over yourself. I'm all for good conversations about the difficulty tweaks and what should not be changed from a mechanics perspective. I love talking about that, but not deserving the new helmet after patch 4.1 is nothing but incredibly short-sighted. Ah, yes, let's ask the devs to postpone their work on further updates that are supposed to be coming out very soon, just so the vast minority hardest core players can have their special helmet coded specifically for players that completed within the first week of the patch. Everyone else who can complete the same mission sets on the same rated difficulty after the specific accidental week can have something completely unique and new created for them or kick rocks. So smart. Edit. Maybe I should have clarified. It's not about the validity of it. Should even have to unlock it or boast about unlocking it. I think you should have to play lethal to unlock. It's about the few crazies who really believe they should be the only ones for beating it within a week. Yeah, this is like a very severe form of gatekeeping. And we got a reply here as well. It says, turbo nerds need to go touch grass for a bit. Been watching this subreddit for the last week, and it's been good to see the majority of people drown out these sweat lords in favor of the greater community of this game. Meta-turds ruin gaming, both video and tabletop. Soon they will leave for their next flavor of the month to rush break, then complain there's not enough content after playing 300 hours in the first 2 weeks. I love that comment. That is exactly how I feel about some of the, you know, more absolutely extreme end of the gaming community. It's like, calm down. Like, Jesus, it's just a game. Let people enjoy it. And if they beat it on lethal difficulty after the patch 4.1, they're still very deserving of the cosmetic rewards. Get over it, move on. Also, we have this one right here. You know what normal people do when they want their game to be super hard? They do it themselves. So this is an interesting take. Because in the Souls games, they do SL runs, or no armor, no weapon runs, or they turn a banana into a controller and play with that, or connect shit to their brain and try to beat it with just their mind. Like, I keep going. You know what they get in return? Fucking nothing. They don't get a special helmet or sword. They just get to cheer about it. They play for the love of the game. All the sweats that are mad that a lot more people are going to get that stupid scratched up helmet, just get over it. If you want your game harder, do it yourself. Play through lethal right now with an unupgraded weapon and the worst perks you can find. Blindfold yourself, tie one hand behind your back, hang your TV monitor upside down. Do you actually want a super hard experience, or do you want to think you're special? If you get upset because more people will have that helmet, or you don't want people to be allowed to get it after the patch, you're just being a child, literally childish shit. So yeah, you know, there's different ways to up that challenge. But interestingly, this post kind of ties into what's officially happening with the game going forward. We are going to be getting some sort of modifiers to the game. And I imagine that these are going to be the things that a lot of the hardcore fan base actually want. So there's no reason to get, you know, all bent out of shape over patch 4.1. Just wait it out, calm down, and you will be happy, I promise, in the future when they start adding things like modifiers. So yeah, don't worry about it. But we also got to talk about bolters. Check it out right here. Bolters are still too weak. Let me know if you guys agree with this or not. All full auto bolters except heavy bolter should have at least double body shot damage, and headshot damage should have been increased by 1.2 to 2 times depending on the weapon. But with just a 10% boost, it's hardly noticeable. Sure, you can still clear operation with it, but with Melta, Plasma, and GL available, the only reason to use this is for role-playing. And then we have this one right here. Bolter buff is placebo. They did it for us to shut up, and he gives the values here, of course. And some people are like, well, that's how percentages work. Don't you understand how percentages work? Yeah, you're giving us the numbers, but we get this is what we were expecting. But, you know, some people are saying don't bring your bolters into lethal. Starting to see these in lethal runs. Just don't. You're literally shooting spit wads at the zone throw. Do it in Ruthless and below. So let me know how you guys are feeling about the bolters. I feel like it's definitely a step in the right direction. You don't want to make a weapon too overpowered and make other weapons feel worthless. That's really, really tricky. You want to make sure that everyone is happy and you have a wide variety of weapons that you would want to utilize on the field. Overall, I feel like it's a nice change, and bolters are feeling pretty good where they stand. Yeah, let me know how you guys are feeling about it. Also, we have this one right here. So you're all going to revert your review bombs tomorrow, like promised. It took less than 24 hours for the review bombing to start last week. Let's see how long it takes you all to change your reviews like most of them promised. That said, it only impacted Steam by 3%, to be honest. You got nearly everything you asked for. Difficulty changes reverted on substantial and below. Ruthless difficulty reduced, dodge fixed, zone thropes nerfed, bolters buffed, etc. Yet the devs only listened to the elitist 2%, right? Shitposting aside, a lot of these changes were much needed regardless of review bombing and complaining. I'm just interested in seeing if the review bombers stay true to their word. Doubtful. Let me know your take on this one. On one hand, I do understand people complaining about such drastic change. I do feel like that recent patch before 4.1 was kind of in the Helldivers 2 nerf situation, pretty drastic. And I also think the dev team recognized we done fucked up, and they immediately reverted back. But to see that this only moved 3% into the negatives is surprising. I thought it would be a lot more which is saying to me that I think a lot of the Space Marine 2 community actually expected changes from the dev team very quickly, that they kind of trust this team despite being upset. And yeah, it looks like only a minority, a very small portion of the community actually went and review bombed. So it didn't really affect the game whatsoever, in my opinion. So yeah, there's that. All right, so now it's time to go over your top comments. As always, remember to leave a comment down below. It could end up right here in a future video. And if you are new, welcome aboard. Don't forget to smack that subscribe button. Would love to have you part of the OWG family, but let's dive into this right now. So the first top comment is this one. Am I the only one that felt that when he said, once a game is released, it's no longer the devs' game? I love these guys. I have good hopes for this game. Yeah, you know, they lack one key component that can absolutely destroy a game, and that is arrogance. And I love that they speak to us like we're human beings, and they're actually like listening to what we're saying, and they are extremely understanding so far. And yes, the future is looking very bright for Space Marine 2. Next up, we have this one. God, it is so refreshing to have a game developer that actually cares about their product and how the community receives it. No rudeness, no combative defensiveness, and no blaming the players. They take the feedback, sift through it, analyze the data, and do their best to help and make the product better. Emperor be praised by this breath of fresh air in gaming. So good to see, you know? I love it. It's been honestly like, there has been a period of time when I've been covering game where it feels like it was years and years of just negativity, and kind of gets a little bit overwhelming sometimes. But to see this is so nice and refreshing for sure. All right, next up we have Type Formation needs to be changed into a buff instead of a nerf. It makes more sense that fighting shoulder to shoulder with my battle brothers would make us stronger. I absolutely love this idea. Would not be surprised if they took that path, especially as we head more into next year, 2025, and get closer and closer to horde mode. And they probably, I bet you anything, they will throw that into the game just because of like horde mode. But anyway, there it is. The latest happenings around update 4.1 and Space Marine 2. Let me know how you guys are taking the new update, if you're enjoying it or not, what you think of the bolter weapons. Very curious. Leave a comment down below. But thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time. Take care.